All right, what's up, Wolfpack? We got another gym video. I'm back. For the time being, I still a little bit kind of recovering, so I'm kind of taking today as more of a test day than anything. But I feel good enough to at least get back in here. Okay. But biggest differences as of right now for my kind of just still trying to recover just a little bit. If you don't know, I strained an oblique while posing like a week ago. So I'm just really trying to just recover from that, make sure kind of not really using my oblique too much with like stabilization and stuff like that. So I'm really trying to stick with like some chest supported, back supported, just kind of supported movements so that I don't have to worry about, having my core stabilize most of my body during my lift. That makes sense. So, normally I don't usually do a T-bar row if my regular exercises are open, but just because those aren't really chest or back supported, we're sticking with T-bar. Hold on. Okay, I think we're good. The legs were moving on me a little bit right there. But right now we just got a plate on. This should be a warm-up set. I'm not super worried. All right. All right, not bad. I'm gonna go also a little lighter than usual, just because I don't want to overload too much, start using other parts. So we're just gonna throw on a 25. I'll be honest, I kind of forget what I normally do on this. So if I'm pushing myself a little hard, I'm pushing myself a little hard. I'm trying to not push myself to true failure, but I'll be honest, I've not been doing too good at that, which is a little crazy in my mind. You think I wouldn't want to go to failure normally, but I've gotten too used to it at this point. Whew. I mean, I have a good amount of stuff to talk about now, considering I basically took a week off, which, by the way, I know I didn't post any chest videos while I was recovering, besides like that one day. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, chest uploads will be coming back starting tomorrow. Today, you guys should see this on Monday. But yeah, the chest game that I normally do, that's coming back on Tuesday. I wanted to kind of have this as like a little bit of a surprise. So I decided to not do one today. I could do one later tonight, but I have a test to study for. And it's one of my lower performing classes. So, I'd rather at least try and do some form of studying. And I bet you my mom would be happy about that. Another thing, I know I said a while ago, I'm going on bulk. I officially have a date for when I'm officially going on the bulk, and that's right after my finals week. So May 7th, bulk's coming. I'll throw the macros on when I do my editing. I'll throw them right now, so you guys will know kind of where I'm aiming at. I might be off a couple of days, but it's about like a 400 surplus from my maintenance. 400, 500, I think. So, yeah, they expect me to look fat in the upcoming months. What else? Oh, actually, one thing about the bulk is I'm nervous that I won't be able to eat so much, which, is also kind of crazy to me. I've always been kind of an eater, if you know what I mean. Like I've showed you guys the photo of me in 9th grade or 8th grade where I looked just really fat. I've eaten whatever I wanted. Like a year ago, I was eating Little Caesar deep dish pizzas regularly, like whole deep dish pizzas. So, you know, to think that I can like barely eat anything right now, which I have been struggling to eat recently, just because a lot of the food that I'm kind of surrounded in is really disgusting to me. Like especially the cheeseburgers that I normally get. I love cheeseburgers. You can't, love cheeseburgers, but the cheeseburgers I've been getting, either the place I get them from is just ruining them, or well, it is because they're ruining them. But now they're like the most unappealing thing to me in the world. And I thought it was gonna be like a week or two thing where I was like, don't want them this week. I'll just take a little week off from eating cheeseburgers all the time, and we'll go back, and I'll probably be fine. But no, this is like long term at this point. It's only been 3 weeks, so maybe not long term, but it's long term enough for me. I'm not someone who usually switch up on a food so quickly. So I've been struggling to eat kind of some more calorie dense foods. So maybe I've been in a little bit of a deficit. Maybe I'll actually weigh myself after this, see if I got fat or not. I don't know. Maybe I'm making this all up. But yeah, cheeseburgers, struggling to eat, I guess. But I'm gonna get this first working set. I still got a lot more to talk about, so don't worry. All right, like I said, we got a plate and a 25 on here. Goal is like minimum 4. If I get over 4, it's a positive. Positives exercise, and then we'll probably go up in weight if I get over 4. All right. About like 3 reps in there, I felt like I was using my sides a little too much to stabilize. But we are gonna go up in weight. Did 6 there. Whew. I really am happy to be back. Last week, I kept acting like it was a struggle to not hit the gym. It really wasn't. But like, I've said this hundreds of times in my other videos where this is like my favorite part of the day. So for me, not being able to go here for a whole week, it was just sad. I was able to replace it with other stuff, which that actually leads into something I did want to talk about, which is I kind of realized over the week where I was recovering that college has been so much more of an afterthought than I thought it was while I was working out. Like I was really reflecting my in the time where I normally go to the gym, and I was like, wow, I like 80% of the day is spent not thinking about anything with college. I'm 80% of the time I'm either gaming, listening to music, or at the gym. But like, because I'm getting basically 3 hours back, because that's how long my lifts normally take, I'm getting 3 hours back, so I was able to kind of put college as more of like a priority. So I guess that's one positive. I've been super proactive with my work. So overall, I'm not mad in the slightest. But I really realized that I really haven't been taking college all too seriously. It's probably because a lot of the classes I'm taking right now, I've basically taken in high school. Like the only one is my general biology. I didn't take any biology in high school. So that one's been a little bit of a struggle, which is why I'm studying for it for tomorrow. But like the rest of them, it's really like either common sense or I've already taken it. Like business law, the class I just had before coming here, It is so easy to just have a little bit of common sense and figure out what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, it's just ethics. It's like it's ethics, and then you explain them with the laws within our system. It's so easy. It's also a business law. Business already kind of an easy major. Sorry to doing a little friendly fire here, but business is an easy major. I can't say it's not. So maybe that's another reason. It's been such an easy time, kind of just staying on top of work, that I really haven't thought about it much. But yeah, I really am. I'm starting to take at least college a little bit more seriously now. If that's really what I'm trying to get at, I guess. But you guys won't notice it. It's not like I wasn't using the time where I wasn't, or well, I guess I kind of was, but like I have so much free time in my day where I could still hit the gym and still be able to spend the time that I spent originally. Hold on, how do I explain this? I can still, use the time for college that I originally used while I was injured, so I couldn't go to the gym. But I have so much free time, so where I can kind of incorporate it in another part of my day rather than my gym time. Hopefully I explained it well. I don't know, it was kind of confusing in my head. But last thing I'm gonna say before I get into this last working set is I'm pretty sure barely anybody, probably maybe even nobody, saw the Twitch stream that I did. Probably because I didn't link the Twitch. But I made a YouTube post that was like doing a live stream because I wanted to do it. And I played like Overwatch and Rocket League. I made another post after the fact where I actually had a lot of fun streaming. So start expecting streams when I come back from college. Only reason I'm like kind of teetering doing streams and not doing them right now is because of my roommate. Because I know I've said this time and time again, but he's camera shy. He starts like ducking under his desk if he knows I'm recording or streaming or something like that. So, out of his privacy, I at least try to incorporate it somewhat. So if you guys see the VOD, which there's actually a second channel out there with all my VODs. I'm not gonna link it because I'll be honest, they're quite boring to watch if you're not like interacting with the live stream. But if you watch it, you could realize I'm basically mute the entire time. But that will be different when I get back home because I have my room to myself, so I can stream. I could be kind of loud, not super loud. My parents would probably get annoyed pretty quickly. At the end of the day, I'm still not someone who's got all the freedom in the world. But it's much better than me just being mute the entire time playing Overwatch. But like I said, expect more streams. Hopefully they're longer than the one I did on, was it Saturday? So, I'm kind of ranting now, but yeah, just expect more streams. All right. Also, all right, I guess I could say this as like another thing. If you guys want like stream highlights as like its own thing, maybe if I find an editor, because I don't feel like editing all that. But if I find an editor and you guys want stream highlights, I am more than willing to do stream highlights. It'll probably be on a different channel though, and maybe be like Grug Live. I don't know, that's just a little thought that just came in as I was getting ready to do this. But I'm gonna go now. We got a plate, a 25 and a 10, which I actually think is what I normally do. So maybe I'm kind of not really taking the lightweight thing super seriously, but it's fine. I'm gonna make sure to not incorporate my obliques too much, just for the, so I don't get injured again. I'd rather not get injured. Or well, I would rather not get injured more. All right. Okay. Overall, good exercise right there. Not mad. I really thought I was gonna lose like some kind of weightlifting like abilities. I thought I was gonna do maybe a little bit less weight, but I really haven't changed much. I think I've been able to do everything normally. But I'll turn back on the camera when I got another exercise ready. So I'll see you guys then. All right, what's up, Wolfpack? We got the last recorded exercise of today. Still got a couple more after this, but we got a chest press. I'm gonna get this warm-up set out of the way, and maybe I said this in the first clip, maybe I didn't, but I do have some stuff to still talk about, so don't worry. All right, but right now we got 55 on the machine. Just doing however many I feel like, and then we'll go from there.
There were days I can even pull 170, right? Like, so sometimes you need the mental awareness. Even if it's you have to do something unconventional by taking 2 fucking warm-ups. You know? Truth be told, I don't really think my view on a belt is
Not bad. I'm a little nervous about my side right now. I just did lat pull downs for I was doing, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention to the weight. Looking back on it now, I definitely went to the normal amount that I would do without this injury. So maybe I'm not being the most like, I don't know the word. Maybe I'm not being the most cautious about my injury, but I don't think it's injured or injured even more. But or well, maybe it is, because I want to get into this, but I'm not sure if it's either me being injured more. I don't think so, but it might be me injured more, or it could be the tag that's on the side of my shirt. But as I was doing like the concentric of the lat pull down, which the concentric, if you don't know, is the actual pull down motion. But as I was doing the concentric, my left side felt like it was freezing. Like not in my body was getting stiff in like that side, but like it felt physically colder than the rest of my body, but only on the concentric. So I'm not 100% sure if that's like an indicator that I should still play this cautiously, or if it was just my tag like going up and down because my shirt was moving. But I'm gonna keep looking at it. I'm gonna, like I said, I still got some exercises to go. So I'm gonna do a little bit of trial and error for now. If I truly feel like I'm injured, I'll probably cut it early. If I don't, we're just gonna go. Which, further into the injury aspect of stuff, my lower day is actually gonna be a little funky, because I'm starting to kind of think about I was thinking about my lower day in between clips, and like a lot of my lower exercises kind of require me to stabilize my obliques. Like obviously I have my ab training, which is probably the biggest like stabilizer of my obliques. But like I have my ab training, SLDLs, maybe like a little bit of obliques incorporated. It's not super stable. It's not like a machine. Calf, like even my standing calf raises, I'm a little nervous about. And like a little bit leg press, but that's kind of more just me being like, I think it was more because I was thinking of it as like I'm like stiff like a plank, but I don't like thinking about it right now. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense considering I'm seated. But like, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous for tomorrow, which I was nervous for today. But like, I feel like I'm even more nervous for tomorrow. So, I'll keep you guys updated if I feel injured after today, or maybe I'm like halfway through my lower for tomorrow and I just can't do it. I'll like I said, I'll keep you guys updated, and please bear with me. You know, I've only dealt with one other injury before this, and if you watch the other videos, you guys would know it was within my lower back. I didn't really care too much about it. I kind of just trained as is, but like it really kind of stopped me from pushing myself, and I don't want this oblique strain to do the same thing the lower back did. Just because I feel like since I've kind of really been pushing myself to failure, I've noticed much better progress. I've obviously noticed a higher weight. So, yeah. I just don't want this to be kind of like a limiting factor where I'm now just nervous about my side the entire time. But I think within a month's time, I probably won't feel a thing in a good way. Probably won't feel a thing in a good way. But gonna get this first first working set out of the way. We got 115 on the machine. Actually, I'm gonna move that to 100 just to be a little safe. I said I was gonna be safe, and I really haven't been safe with the weights. But we're still gonna try and get like close to failure, maybe like a 2 to 3 RIR. I think that'll be good enough. Still get a good stimulus going. But like I said, 100 pounds. All right.
Nothing to actually continue the lift, but you are still trying. So your body's trying to contract something that it physically cannot
Okay. Yeah. Might be a little more than 2 or 3 RIR. When it comes to anything past 1 RIR, I think it's a little difficult to gauge. Just because I really go based off of how much I struggled on the last rep, which I don't really know how else you'd go by it, but like usually I'm not struggling till the last 2 reps, which is kind of when I kind of feel like, okay, maybe I should cut it here. But like anything past that, I'm not really struggling. So it's a little hard to gauge for me as of right now. I'm hoping probably with time, maybe I'll be able to gauge it a little better. Maybe when I'm like 4 or 5 years into the gym, when I'm a personal trainer and, all that. But, as of right now, it's not happening. Which this kind of goes into what I wanted to talk about still, but not really. But one thing I kind of realized during my little week off is that I really need to start kind of doing stuff I don't want to do. Because like I said earlier, I have like tons of free time, but I'm wasting it constantly with like just some stuff I've already done. Like one thing I could probably give an example is like I'll watch videos I've watched like 10 times, which, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. I don't think it is. If you can find an argument on how it's a good thing, say it, but like I'm watching like Overwatch videos that I've watched 10, 20 times when I could be doing stuff that would actually like progress me within like my career or my academics or like something other than me just doing the same thing that I do every day. So like two things I really want to push myself to do um, from now till like end of this year. And when I mean end of this year, I mean end of 2026, not end of the school year. But I really want to push myself to get my license because you guys know I don't have my license. And secondly, I need to join at least one club um, starting next year. That's the only reason I'm saving it for next year because I don't really know how the whole club thing would work considering I'm at the end of my freshman year. But start a sophomore, we're signing up for at least one club. I'm thinking like a bodybuilding club because I think the bodybuilding club actually gives a free membership to a gym that allows me to have my gym bag, which kind of works out. Only issue is I'd have to drive there, so another reason I should get my license. But like both of those things, like I don't really want to join a club. I'll be honest. I kind of like how I like my life as it is, but there's also things that I wish I had that I have to kind of put myself in uncomfortable positions to get, which is why I need to get my license and I need to join a club, mainly the bodybuilding club, like I said. So, got some goals outside of the gym, I guess, even though it still kind of incorporates itself with the gym in some way. But I'm gonna try and keep myself accountable, kind of hold myself to a standard that I need to do this. So hopefully you guys will notice some difference. Maybe we get card talks. I'd pull a little Sam Solik and do some card talks, but probably not because I already talk so much within these workouts. So, yeah. Overall, I'm really happy I came back today. I really do miss just hitting the gym. This isn't as good as Planet Fitness. I'll keep it real. But like I said it earlier today. This is like my favorite part of the day, and me going on with a week without it was a little challenging. I didn't talk about this in or over the week I was off, but I actually did come back for a little cardio session on like Wednesday last week. So like midway through my recovery so far. But I came back because zone 2 cardio, pretty low intensity. So I figured, okay, we'll give it a little try. And if I feel anything, if I feel my side a little too much on it, I'm gonna cut it early and then go back home. So did it for about 30 minutes. Usually I do it for an hour. So I did cut it early, but like tried that to kind of gauge where I'm at, see if I could walk normally without having too much pain. Which one really crappy thing was that last week was probably some of the nicest weather here since like September. So I kind of wasn't able to use it to its fullest potential because I was kind of just stuck in my room recovering the entire time. So, sad that had to happen. But 1 week of good weather isn't going to be the only good week of good weather. There's going to be more days of good weather. Like, pretty much besides today, this entire week is like 60s, which, depending on where you live, might sound like a good thing or a bad thing. I live in New York, so it's a pretty good thing if you ask me. But enough of me talking. We're going to do this last working set, do my outro, and you guys we'll see. No, I didn't say this. We got 130 on the machine. Minimum like reps. I kind of want to aim for 4. I'll be happy with 5 or more, though. So we'll see. This is kind of the normal weight I was doing before the injury. I didn't really feel my side too much, so I don't think it'll be too big of an issue. But all right. Okay. Okay. Really good set there. All right. Well, that's the end of the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed making it. I felt like I was in a really good mood today. But if you want to follow me on other platforms, there'll be a link tree in the description. Like, subscribe, and share. Especially share it. I need to get myself out there. Make sure you guys do your laundry. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.